The shop started in 1980 after Jane moved to Meeker, actually, from San Francisco. She came out, as she said, to play cowgirl and fell in love with just the area. And in tattooing back then, it was a lot smaller world, so people would travel a lot further distances. So it wasn't as far-fetched as it sounds to make a living as a tattooer in Meeker, and she actually did really well there for a long time. She went on to have shops in Carbondale, Glenwood, and here in Grand Junction as well. I got my start at Calamity Jane's by calling Jane and kind of getting to know her and just trying to pick her brain from a distance. And she first shut me down for a job, and after about probably 6 months or so of just getting to know her and asking her about her and her history, she finally invited me out to work for her.
I got started at CJT with the opportunity of coming in as an apprenticeship under Aaron Legore to Pierce. And I finished that apprenticeship about 2 months ago, and I'm officially on my own. I absolutely love it here. Calamity Jane's is not only a tattoo and piercing shop, but I think it stands for more. I think that we have different values and different morals than the traditional tattoo and piercing shop. Jane, I knew her for probably about 10 years. And she was always very spunky, and always struck me as a very courageous woman. And she was, with her history. If you look into her history, she was a very courageous woman. She rocked a man's world, basically, in early tattooing.
We do benefits every year. In the past, we've done typically suicide prevention organizations that we give the money to. We'll do semicolons, which is a pretty well-known suicide prevention and awareness symbol. Actually, I didn't hear about it until clients started coming and asking for it. And I guess it gained momentum a lot on social media. And I guess the symbolism is that it's instead of being a period at the end of a sentence, it symbolizes a continuation, that there's more to be written. It's something that hits home for us because Jane committed suicide. So it's something that we want to, I guess, create an atmosphere to be able to get conversations out in the open, and whether or not, we're able to do actual outreach or have those conversations here, just getting people to know that these organizations exist. The first suicide prevention organization that we worked with is just a few blocks away from here. And I didn't know they existed. I doubt that Jane knew they existed before we started doing these events. And yeah, a lot of people that come out on those days is just finding out that these resources exist. A lot of times not only for them, but just for family members, or just to have access to, whether or not they're actually going to use them.
It's such a quiet thing. People are ashamed of it. Sorry, I get a little emotional. People are ashamed of it. And if we have the support from local businesses, we can get the word out there that people do need help and they're too afraid to ask.
I'm getting this tattoo because suicide, affects everybody, and I just wanted to get it on my wrist so that if somebody saw it, they can always talk to me, and I'm always there to help.
I think it's, especially here in Grand Junction, something that affects us disproportionately to the rest of the country. Suicide and depression are a huge issue here, and I think, in that way, it's best to not necessarily separate your business from what you believe in or what you're doing with your life, or things that might affect you personally. Yeah, it just makes sense to us. All right, are you ready?
Let's do it.
Our events are one-day events, first come, first served, where we invite people to come out, and whether or not they're getting tattooed, to donate directly to the organization. We'll usually do between 100 and 200 tattoos on a day. We are able to get almost everybody in. It is a busy day for sure. In general, as a broader, movement, kind of like it means different things to different people individually. I think there's a lot of different ways that it's come out in expression, not just through tattooing. In fact, I think there's probably more people that wouldn't get tattooed that have showed interest in or connect with the semicolon as a symbol. So I think that's one of the few things in tattooing that's relatable to the broader community and why it's so popular. All right, you made it.
Brad,
Check it out.
sick.
You want to keep it?
I love it.
Semicolons are extremely important to me. Not only has suicide affected us here at the shop with Jane, but it's affected me personally in my personal and family life as well. It means the world to me. It's huge. The support that cause can get from anybody is absolutely needed. I really, truly believe that we're making her proud. I truly believe that Erin is making her very proud.